Hi, I'm Mark Mancini from VRBOutstanding. This week's episode is on weddings. Welcome back this week. Mark Mancini here again with another segment on weddings for those of you who have short-term rentals and also have space enough to have a wedding venue. So as you can see here, we're hosting our very first wedding, especially it's especially special because we've got our first wedding in the tiki. We're going to show you that in just a minute. As you can see right here, we've got a load of cars. We have almost 3 acres, so we're able to park probably 75, 80 cars here. And we even have the trailer for the chair and table rental. And we've got caterers coming up there we'll show you, and photo booths. But we have a very small wedding, about 98 guests. And this here is a May wedding, mid-May. And it's Justin and Paige getting married today. They just had their nuptials on the beach, and they're having the reception now underneath our tiki. And tonight we'll show you the lighting we did with landscape lighting. We have up lighting, we have up and down side lighting on the poles, even have some string lights as well. You'll notice over here on the side we've got porta potties. These are great. Our guests always rent these. They're air conditioned, they have water and electricity. Guests do not use the house to use the bathroom, the wedding guests. The homes are strictly off limits. So all the bathrooms are only used here outside for the weddings. So as you can see, our homes are over here, and there in the background is our tiki. On the left side, you'll see the 3,600 square foot tiki where we hold wedding receptions. In the middle is the main house, and that's where the bride and her crew get ready for the wedding day. And on the right side, it's the guest house, and that's where the groom and his guys get ready for the big day. Where we have our wedding reception going on right now. You may have seen some of these porta potties, by the way, at different concert venues. They've got room for 4 people to use at a time. Well, here we are back. I'm here with Angie. We decided to get close and get a total inside view of this amazing VW bus in this photo shoot. Angie, tell me about some of these props you have here. These look amazing.
Well, these are just some fun props that we have for the photo booth. There's a photo booth inside, and we have lots of different choices. And tonight they wanted to go all out and be groovy and fun and beach vibes. So yeah, we've got lots to choose from tonight. So
Awesome.
Making it fun, keeping it, you know.
So you do weddings, parties, all kinds of things,
We do
right?
weddings, birthday parties, bridal showers, anything you celebrate, we can be there. So we do photo shoots. But yeah, the photo booth is like the biggest hit for weddings, and people get inside, they take pictures outside the bus if you've seen all around. So
we get our props on,
yeah.
and then the guests go ahead and they come over into here.
Yes, they hop in, outside the bus, and then you hop inside, watch your head.
So
We've 70 VW.
we've got a touch screen right here, right? Touch the screen to start, super easy. Prints the photos out below, and she even has an air conditioning unit in here, so it's nice and cool. Because down in Florida, you know, our hair gets all flustered and it's humid. But nice to have AC cooling us off in here. So Angie, you drive this right on up. I see this decorated very...
Yeah, it's very boho tonight. She has a boho style wedding, and yes, we actually drive it. So we came from Delray Beach.
It's functional from Delray Beach.
Slow,
and these are their dogs,
yes, the dogs
Paige's dogs, and so they want to have the dogs' pictures here because they're a part of the family.
And then people can take pictures, and tonight they have a guest book, and we just leave their photos here, and everybody leaves some snaps in here, and just leave something for the bride and groom. And just keeps going. So the fun, it gets a little crazy as the night goes on. So yeah.
Well, that is awesome, Angie. I appreciate you sharing this with us, and we're going to tell people there again, if you've got a place for weddings, you know, if they're not in Florida, I mean, if you're in Florida, you got to see Angie.
Yes.
But if you're not in Florida, I'm sure there's other people that have photo booths, not with a VW Bug, probably something inferior.
Right.
But it's still a great, cool thing to have at a wedding.
Yes.
And this is awesome. So Gypsy Blue, awesome.
Gypsy Blue photo booth quest, yeah. So thanks so much for having us. Beautiful venue and
Thanks, Angie.
great location.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Talk to you later.
All right, thanks.
We didn't want to put a video camera in people's faces while they were eating, so we waited until they were done, and they went out to the dance floor to start dancing underneath a near full moon on this gorgeous night in the Florida Keys. So they finished with dinner, and this is the party afterwards. The bride goes ahead and rents these lighted orbs, as well as the string lighting that you see there. They hire their own DJ or band or guitar player or steel drum player. They get their own bartenders and caterers. But we supply the tiki lit up, as you can see, with the strobe lighting effect from the landscape lighting. And there was also an uninvited guest, a near full moon, which really augmented the night and gave it a real special effect, as you can see here. Okay, so here we have remote control lighting where we can change the lighting effects, change the colors, all done with an app or remote control. Got the sconce lights on the pillars. Or we can just go straight back to a white light. So right now they're dancing out in the sand by the house over here. And the DJ has his own light set. But if they wanted, they could just use the lights over here. We would just change it right on over. And change the different effects. And here we are winding down at the Oasis. We've got people just remaining on the dance floor doing some last minute dancing. And they're taking down the chairs for the ceremony today. It was a very successful wedding. And our bride and groom had a full moon lighting up the Keys water. So remember, to be VRB Outstanding, you can just have a short-term rental, or if you've got the capabilities, you can host weddings as well. Hopefully you watched our previous video where we talked about our tiki build and how we charge event fees for our short-term rental for when there's weddings and other such events. Many of you enjoy hosting guests at your short-term rentals because it gives you a warm feeling when guests enjoy your home for a great family vacation or even just a great weekend getaway. But imagine the joy you'll receive seeing a couple start their lives together at a wedding at your short-term rental. This is what really makes it worth it for Dolly and I. Now, what we didn't show you was the prep work. That afternoon, I cleared the beach of any seaweed and debris that may have washed up on the shore, and then I used a drag mat to freshen up the sand and give it a raked look. This took me about 2 hours and was pretty easy to do, but we do this after everything is set up because oftentimes tables and chairs are brought to the beach on carts, and the last thing a couple wants in their wedding photographs are beach wheels on the sand distracting from a great photograph. The wear and tear on the property is fairly minimal. Luckily, where we're at, there's a free shuttle service which helps bring guests at no charge, and this helps alleviate some of the parking. There's also a hotel right next door where guests can stay and simply walk next door for the wedding. And this also helps alleviate any parking issues. But for when there's weddings of more people, we encourage the bride and the groom to hire parking attendants to take care of this for their guests and make it easier for them to maximize the parking. Now, we have a list of requirements for the vendors that they're given prior to the wedding, and the bride will pay for $2 million worth of WedSure insurance, which only costs about $240, and it helps protect her and us in case something should happen, because she is the one who hired the vendors. Now, for those of you who have farmlands, barns, or large beachfront like this, and you're interested in hosting weddings, please feel free to reach out to me or post your questions below so that I can help you avoid making any mistakes, and also so that your bride and groom will have an amazing wedding at your short-term rental that they're going to cherish for the rest of their lives. And think about that honeymoon that they're going to enjoy at your short-term rental. I'm sure they'll be back to book. Thank you for joining me this week in VRB Outstanding. This is a very special episode for us. So please hit the like and subscribe buttons below, and feel free to comment or ask questions as well. And I'll see you again next week.